Boys, look, I know I shouldn't probably be making a video. Wow, YouTube magic. Spoiler alert, the videos that have been going up like the past week have all been scheduled because I've actually had COVID for like the past week. So, I've officially run out of content. And when something like this happens, you gotta just, you can't skip out on a video, even if you're sick, even if you're COVID, Andy. So, yesterday, there were some leaks that happened on Twitter regarding the anniversary chapter. So let's get right into it. I guess we'll keep it brief, give some thoughts and opinions, because these are from DBD leaks on Twitter. And apparently, I've heard a couple different things. They're pretty reliable, for one thing. They haven't really been wrong. And also, the other thing that I've heard is that they secretly work for behavior to drum up hype about the game, which is a little sus, but hey, whatever. First of all, let's take a look at the new Survivor, because this is going to be real quick. So as we know, I 99.9% of the time just play Killer anyway, so I don't really care, but this is Hetty Kayer, I guess that's how you say her name. I don't know, man. She do be kind of tick, but I don't know what's going on with her face, bro. I don't like her face one bit. She kind of looks like she's trying to make a face to look like a goblin. You know what I mean? Like, why is she looking like that? I don't know. That's really all I gotta say about that. Allegedly, these are going to be her perks, and this is very concerning, but once you realize what it actually says, it's fine, I guess. So, Residual Manifest. After a successful killer blind action, the killer is affected by the blindness status for 30 seconds. Now, that doesn't mean that your screen is just going to be the big yellow-white circle from the flashlight blind. It's the same blindness effect that some killer add-ons and stuff give to survivors. So you can't see auras, which is interesting. So that'll block, like, barbecue and chili, floods of rage. And what else is going to be weird is I'm pretty sure it's going to make it so the killer can't see the generators for 30 seconds too. So I hope that you're strapped in and buckled up and ready to deal with even more survivors with flashlights, dude. Let's go. That's so sick. Wow. Next perk is basically, what is it called? Self-aware. I forget what it was originally called, but it's one of Nancy's perks that lets you see your own scratch marks. This lets you see other survivor scratch marks, which is weird. And then if somebody gets injured within 32 meters of you, you get to see the killer's aura. I don't know about that. That one's kind of weird. And then we have Overzealous, of course, dude. Makes it so if you cleanse a totem, you repair generators faster, because this is exactly what survivors need to be able to do, is do generators even fucking faster, dude. Couple that with the 30-second blindness from Residual Manifest, that's going to be really annoying. Gens are going to be flying off the shelves, and killers are going to hate their lives. I do wonder if, for example, if you had Tinkerer, and it were to proc during that 30-second blindness, would it still show you the little bubble? Or like the skill check notifications from Call of Brine? I wonder how that would work. Something else that I've seen people saying is like, oh, Hattie's supposed to be magic or whatever. According to her lore, she should come with a boon. No, she shouldn't, dude. Literally the past 3 survivors that they put in the game have had boon totems. What are you fucking talking about? We don't need any more. Alright, let's get on to what actually matters here. This is the new killer, apparently. This is the Dredge. And I could be wrong on the name, but I'm pretty sure this is the monster from Amnesia, The Dark Descent, right? Like, right? I don't know how I feel about him. I'm gonna have to see him in motion, and I feel like his sounds and like the feedback from his hits and stuff, the way that they feel, is gonna play a lot into this, because he's cool. It's cool that he's like a monster instead of just a person. So his power is gonna be called Reign of Darkness, and there's gonna be 2 parts to it. The active is called the Gloaming, which I had to look up. It means like dusk or twilight, I guess. It says press and hold this power to activate, and once activated, the Dredge leaves a remnant behind, which I don't know if that's going to be like Spirit's husk, or it'll be like, I don't know, like his soul, like visually, you know what I mean? If you're going to be able to clearly tell if he's teleported, because Spirit, she just literally leaves her body behind. You can fake it as Spirit, but just standing still sometimes, you know what I mean? So it's interesting that it says remnant and not like, I don't know, maybe they just wanted to use different words, but anyway, aim at a locker and press the ability button to teleport to it, or press the attack button to return to the remnant, which is kind of funny because Spirit has an add-on that lets her return to her body. Anyway, the remnant is disabled when teleporting to a locker. I guess that means if you're teleporting to a locker, you can't cancel that and go back to the remnant. Or when a survivor touches it. Well, in a locker, aim at any other locker and press the ability button to teleport again. Each teleport will consume a power token. It does not say how many tokens there are, though. That's kind of weird. Exiting the locker or returning to your remnant will activate the Gloaming's cooldown, after which all power tokens are recharged. Maybe they're still working on that internally, like balance-wise, to see how many tokens to give them. I don't know. Survivors are also going to be able to lock the lockers, and Dredge is going to break them by either coming out of the locker himself, which is probably going to take a little bit longer than normal, or you can just basic attack the lock. And it says each locker can only be locked once, which is an interesting choice. But then, dude, he kind of like has a ultimate, like like Trickster does. So this is called Nightfall, and whenever you injure somebody or hook somebody or use your teleport, Nightfall meter is going to fill up, and it seems like it activates automatically. And it also fills up faster for everybody who's injured anyway. So that, you know, maybe a good Thana user. Who knows? But what's really interesting, like I said, I think it activates automatically. It says once the Nightfall meter is full, Nightfall begins. During Nightfall, survivors must navigate in total darkness. What does that mean, dude? What do you mean by that? You know what I mean? Are we actually going to make flashlights useful as actual flashlights? Are we trying to make DBD an actual horror game again, dude? That would be pretty cool, honestly. They might... I don't know how useful it would be, because flashlights don't really last that long. But that would be a really cool interaction, I think, is if survivors needed to use the flashlights to be able to see. Because it says total darkness. That, you know, that brings to mind just complete black. Can't see anything. Anyway... So during Nightfall, Dredge teleports faster and has a shorter cooldown and has no terror radius. Nightfall lasts for 60 seconds, and survivors that destroy the remnant reduce the time of the Nightfall. I reckon it'd be pretty hard to find the remnant if it's total darkness. That they better not let me down with that. I got big hopes for that. Actually, like pitch black, bro. That honestly, though, that doesn't sound like it's gonna be too fun to play against. So I have a feeling like it's not going to actually be total darkness. But yeah, that's really interesting that we have another killer basically with like an ultimate ability. I don't know how I feel about the locker teleporting, because there's a lot of lockers in the game, right? A lot of them sometimes are like side by side, whatever. And I play enough Legion. Dude, one of my emotes is, like one of my animated emotes on Twitch is a Michaela getting grabbed out of a locker. From a time that I found her using Legion's Killer Instinct, because you don't go in lockers against Legion. It's that simple. So I want to use my best judgment and be like, people literally just aren't going to go in lockers and this is going to be useless. But how many times? You know what I mean? How many times have I experienced that with Legion? Where I grab people out just because I know they're in there from Killer Instinct. Okay, let's talk about his perks, dude, because speaking of Legion, we'll get to it. First of all, we have Septic Touch. Dude, I got Septic Touch right now. Whenever a survivor performs a healing action within your terror radius, that survivor suffers from blindness, which is meh, but also exhaustion. That's kind of pog. That could go really well with nurses calling, maybe. You catch somebody out, and they can't dead hard away from you, so that's pretty neat. We have Disillusion. Dude, this is the one I was talking about when I mentioned Legion. 3 seconds after you injure a survivor by any means, Disillusion activates for 12 seconds. The next time a survivor fast vaults over a pallet in your terror radius, the entity just breaks the pallet for free, bro. Imagine running this with Blood Favor at the same time. That would be nuts. But this isn't even a hex, dude. Oh, I'm going to be so happy. Because I feel like all DBD has been lately is just run to the pallet, drop the pallet, break the pallet, run to the pallet, drop the pallet, break the pallet, run to the pallet, drop the pallet, break the pallet, dude. Drive me nuts. So this is good. I love this. This looks like such a fun perk. The only thing that I'm sus about with this is it specifically says 3 seconds after injuring a survivor. Okay, so it's not like you can maybe catch somebody. Sometimes, you know, you get those hits, like, as they stun you with the pallet, but you still hit them. And then maybe, like, they try to vault over the pallet directly into you to make you lose them. I don't think it would work in that situation because of that 3 second extra window, which is annoying. I don't know, it seems a little unnecessary. They could do without the 3 second activation period. And then finally we have Darkness Revealed. In your presence, places once thought to be safe are perhaps the most dangerous. When you open a locker, the auras of all survivors within 16 meters of any locker are revealed for 3 seconds. Okay, so people were talking about this. I don't know how well this is actually going to work. Because if it's at the start of the locker opening animation, like straight up, no Iron Maiden, no nothing, I'm pretty sure that, like, takes the whole 3 seconds, don't it? Like, you're not really going to get any value. So it has to be, like, when you close the locker or something. Because I don't really see how that would be useful. And it also has a 30-second cooldown, by the way. You know, 16 meters. Whoa, dude. That's a little too much. We gotta keep that on a leash with a 30-second cooldown. So I don't know how well that one's going to go. I feel like... that's going to be nice for the Dredge because his power, I'm assuming, still works when he, like, comes out of a locker. No, that's not what I mean. I'm assuming that this perk is going to work when he comes out of a locker from his power, right? It says when you open a locker. So that would be great for him, but, like, only him in that situation. So I don't know how that's going to work with other killers. It's going to be quite nice with somebody like Huntress or Trickster, I guess, because you're already running Iron Maiden anyway. But is it worth giving up another perk slot for this? Don't know. 3 seconds isn't very long, especially for this perk to have a cooldown. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't think it's going to be really useful for anybody besides Dredge, maybe Huntress. But anyway, one last thing. This isn't really even a thing to talk about, but there's going to be a new map as well. And the dude says there's going to be a god window in the main building. Yay, that's so sick. And he put one screenshot of it, but it's a Zuggy screenshot, but I guess we'll show it anyway. So yeah, like I said, nothing really special with that. That doesn't really give us that much information, but apparently the window... Probably that, yeah, you can actually see there's the, like, little tarp on the windowsill indicating you can jump over it. That's probably it right there. It's probably going to be a super, super, super good loop. So that's all the info that came out, you know, at the time of recording this on the 7th, as of a few hours ago. So when I upload it tomorrow, maybe there's going to be some new stuff that has come out so far, but who knows? Leave a comment down below what you think of the new killer. If the new survivor looks like she's trying to be a goblin, what do you think of the new perks? I don't know. Like I said, I'm still trying to get over the old Rona. Dude, I don't want to be Rona Tony anymore. So we'll see when the next time I get a video up is, but hey, just so you don't miss it, you can hit that subscribe button. I try to upload every day, but I'm out of content since I've been sick. Speaking of content, when I'm not sick anymore, dude, you can follow my stream at twitch.tv/MaxBakerTV. Hopefully, next weekend, I'll be feeling better and we can get back to streaming. I stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday evenings, 7 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully I'll be feeling better and we can get back to that. And let's see, by then, yeah, the 17th is a Tuesday. So we'll be pretty close, dude. I'll be streaming Monday night, hopefully. So who knows, maybe we'll even get a leak about the presentation that's going to take place on the 17th. But until then, I'll see you guys later. I gotta go drink some Gatorade or something.